I'm Sarah Star, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Within the past 12 hours, we have had not one, not two, but 3 X-class flares. What does this mean? It means it is going to produce a lot of high-frequency light. It is going to produce a lot of radio blackout and a lot of major ascension symptoms. So let's get into it. So here are all of our X-class flares over the whole period of time. Now at the very top is the newest X-class flare that we have had from 3590 within the past 12 hours. It was a X6.3, sent us into a radio blackout. Notice the flare before it, that was New Year's Eve. We had an X5, which was the second largest solar flare that we have had. The third largest solar flare that we have had is an X3.3. Look at the numbers. 2023 into 2024, we have 2022, but this is the solar maximum. We're going to see more of this 2024 being present. Yet again, 3 X-class flares in less than 12 hours, and we still don't have this region Earth-facing yet. This is our sun currently, so we have a number of sunspots over here. Most are stable. 3590 gave us those 3 X-class flares. It isn't even Earth-facing yet. However, we do have a coronal hole that is Earth-facing. So before we look at 3590, we are also going to take a look at 3591. Now, this region gave us an X-class flare the last time that it circled around the sun. Now with this X3.3 solar flare from the new region 3591, we did have this beautiful light frequency and a radio blackout that was associated with it. So we will see exactly what this region does produce in the next coming of days. As it turns more onto the sun, we can get a better look at it. And as you can see, this is our far side. So we have 3575 that is just peeking on and has been numbered 3591. We also have our 3590 here. And take a look at this sunspot. This is region 3576 that also gave us an X-class flare. This is our region 3590. Notice that it went down in size. It went down 300 in size because it produced 3 X-class flares. It also dropped its delta configuration. It's now in beta and gamma, the same number of sunspots. Check out the percentage again, still for these X-class flares, 20%. We have a higher proton level that can slip us into those S1 solar proton radiation storms. We have a lot going on. Yet again, this region is not Earth-facing yet. And it is surrounded by these 2 massive coronal holes that are Earth-facing today. Now, what these coronal holes will do is they will elevate our solar winds, producing a high velocity for it to enter our Earth atmosphere within 72 hours. And yet again, we have this very active region that is going to be Earth-facing as well. So we have a lot going on. We have our coronal holes. We have a filament that may lift off, mind you, and produce a CME. We have active region 3590 that gave us 3 X-class flares. We have a new region 3591 that last time gave us an X-class flare. And we also have another region that is coming onto the sun that gave us another X-class flare. Solar maximum is no joke. We are really on the rise here, and we are peaking a lot quicker than we really thought. Now let's take a look at 3591. It does look like it is way smaller in size because it erupted so much as it turned off of the sun. So we do have a percentage of seeing some more M-class flares. It threw us in an M-class flare today, and it is just coming on, just numbered, new region. Within the next coming of days, we'll see exactly what this one looks like. Now, with all our regions combined, we do have a 30% chance of having an X-class flare today. But check out 3590, definitely lighting up. Just so much going on here. We did have a M4.8 right prior to this X6.3. I do want you guys to note that those 3 X-class flares did not produce any coronal mass ejections. which means that there is no geomagnetic storm. There is no plasma that is being hurled at the Earth. It will not have a large effect on us. Yes, it is higher frequency light coming in, but without a coronal mass ejection, it's just what it is. It's just this light, high frequency light, without the explosion and without the eruption coming towards us. Now, is that going to be the case as it turns onto the sun? No, I believe that this is going to absolutely have a coronal mass ejection at some point in time. Yet again, not Earth facing. This is a very active region. We will keep an eye on it. Who knows, we might have an X-class flare again today, maybe with a coronal mass ejection associated with it. But as soon as this lit up, you could see the proton levels distorting our camera imagery from our SDO camera. And here's another composite of it. There's a lot of proton. And remember, protons hold mass. Now our solar winds currently, we are at 335 kilometers per second. The density is basically non-existent, but we will have a slight enhancement in our geomagnetic forecast. Today, we will not see anything. We'll be stuck at a KP2. Same with tomorrow. However, on the 25th, we have a grazing influence from a CME that left off of the northwestern quadrant on the 21st. So we may reach these G1 geomagnetic storm levels, which are minor, sending us into a KP4 or a KP5. But yet again, our active region 3590 is going to be Earth facing over this next week. And if and when a CME does erupt from it, it will be directed towards Earth. This is very likely. We can expect radio blackouts to continue throughout the weekend. Today. And we're also getting some influence on our Schumann resonance. Check out our frequency. We are up in our frequency. It seems like the new norm yet again is around 8 hertz. That's where we've been stagnant. How do you guys feel with a higher frequency? And we're also getting some very interesting patterns on our Schumann resonance as well. We're getting this grid pattern again, and it makes sense because this is a lot of, yet again, higher frequency light coming in. It is purging a lot of these systems. A lot of work in the astral realm is going on right now. A lot of ascension symptoms are going on right now. You may feel super trippy today, super spacey, just not really there. But remember, this is becoming the new norm. And today we are still stuck between the Mars and the Venus conjunction, along with the full moon. Mercury is pushing us into this Pisces energy, which has a major effect on how we are thinking in communication today. Yet again, feeling spacey, feeling just out of it, daydreaming. So you may feel overwhelmed with all of these old memories that are surfacing. It may be really difficult yet again today to articulate anything that have to do with your thoughts and feelings. It is not a good clarity day. But remember, we are receiving downloads. We are getting these profound insights right now from the higher frequencies that are incoming. Also, the moon is going to shift into some Virgo energy this evening, which means emotions are going to intensify as we build towards the peak of the full moon. And major ascension symptoms are going to be associated with this. Loops are going to be ending that have been in your life for quite some time. And this is not just circumstantially individual, this is worldwide. Every single human is affected. But not all cases are the same. Everybody is unique on how you go through this energy. See how I'm trying to articulate my communication? I'm really bad at that. So how do you feel today? I just feel so out of it. I feel like I can't talk. I feel like I can't think. I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like my emotions are intense. I feel really tired, very exhausted, body hurting. Remember, hydration will help these things as well. If you can, please go out and ground as much as possible, and allowing these higher energies to push through you and to dispel all of the negativity that has been built up within your DNA. We need to get that clear in order to move forward with the ascension process. And of course, all my star seeds know. I'll keep you posted on if we have more X-class flares, and I'm Sarah Star, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Love ya!